What you're looking at is the vacuous parking lot of a former mall in Chattanooga. I'm standing in front of the public library in this part of Chattanooga. As you can see behind me, it's a circular building. The building was designed with the idea that there is no truth and that we're all looking at each other and we're going to negotiate the truth. This is something that the encyclopedists and the Freemasons back before the French Revolution determined that truth is negotiated. In other words, truth is sociocentric. There's no external standard. There's no external law that all are bound by. There is no authority. We're all the authority together, and we're going to negotiate and settle what is true and what is right and what is just. The fact that we have this vacuity on one hand and circularity behind me are a picture of our legal situation. I've been spending the past couple hours looking at the Ninth Amendment, the unenumerated powers amendment protecting our rights that are not named. Of specific interest to you is the right of free movement, the right of travel. We Americans are automobile-centric. We believe in the car. The car controls what we do. It controls what we live. It controls our designs. It controls our cityscapes. And yet we are not, as Americans, able to defend the use of the car. The car and the automobile, on one hand, a picture of liberation, is oppressed by judicial policy. And the right you have of free movement, you could summarize in something like this. You have the right to come and go as you please. You have the liberty of ingress and egress. Ingress, egress is reference to your being made in God's image with a soul wrapped in a body. And because you have a body, you live in a particular place or an abode, and that place is your home, your address, or your residence, or your domiciliary. And you have a right to come there and go there without obstruction. You have a right to go there without obstruction, and the right to leave there without obstruction. You have the right of locomotion, of self-propulsion. These are all rights that are not enumerated because they're not named specifically in the Constitution. In Tennessee, because these are not enumerated rights, we have the courts in there that have secret judicial conferences. And the courts in Tennessee have decided that these rights do not exist, and we will order the denial of that right every time, in every case. State v. Goodson, State v. Williams, you name it, State v. Booher. Every time we're going to deny the right of ingress, egress, the right of movement we don't admit. And that's called pretermission. When the court refuses to admit, refuses to see something, it's called pretermission. And because of this scheme in Tennessee, no one is free to move. Everything by car is by permission only. You do not have a right inherent in you to travel. It does not exist, and we will not recognize it. And so we are under an oppression, and the burden of this oppression falls most heavily on the poor, the orphan and the widow, the alien and the stranger, and the poor. Those most requiring the Christian man to defend are those most readily oppressed. We have empty, vacuous parking lots all across our landscape. This car-centric place where people buy mass goods in mass centers like this. But we are rich in goods, perhaps, but we're poor in our liberties. They're very poor.